Xiaomi has just unveiled the new Xiaomi 14 Ultra, ahead of the global launch which will be on Sunday during Mobile World Congress. For the first time, I thought that this major announcement from Xiaomi was going to be first globally and then for China, but it was not the case. Let me tell you the full specs of this model that we could already know. Its screen has 6.73 inches in its diagonal. It has OLED technology and its resolution is 2K. It also has LTPO technology and reaches a peak of 3000 nits with a density of 522 pixels per inch. The display can vary from 1 to 120 Hz its refresh rate. So, as you realize, it is a spectacular display in everything to do with its specifications. In fact, it has a 12-bit color depth, so it supports a tremendous range of colors. It is 9.2 millimeters thick and comes with a metal frame. Its weight is 224.4 grams. So, as you realize, it is neither a light nor a thin device, but practically no flagship is. The interesting thing here is that Xiaomi has introduced its Dragon Armor architecture, which combines an extremely high-strength aluminum with the new Dragon Crystal glass. A glass specially designed by them to have very good resistance, confirming what I have been telling you for some time, that Gorilla Glass is running out of Chinese partners. Only Samsung seems to continue using Gorilla Glass because the others seem to be betting on their own implementations. The processor is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and offers a vapor camera 3 times better than last generation. It comes with HyperOS based on Android 14, and regarding the photographic system, we see the main camera with a Sony Letia 901-inch sensor. Its resolution is 50 megapixels with optical stabilization, and it has a variable aperture from f1.63 to f4.0. So we will have good light management in different conditions. It's also going to offer us a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera with f1.8 aperture. Then we'll have the 50 megapixel telephoto portrait camera with optical stabilization, f1.8 aperture, and a 3.2x optical zoom. This is possibly the best telephoto camera we see today because of the good aperture it has. It's amazing the light input that it's going to have, considering we're talking about a telephoto lens. And the last camera is a periscope camera that offers 5x close-up with 50 megapixels as well, optical stabilization, and f2.5 aperture. With this photographic system and the collaboration with Leica, Xiaomi aims to be the king of photography this year. For selfies, we will find 32 megapixels with something simpler, but in this case, Xiaomi will also be very supported by artificial intelligence. So it has presented the new AISP, that is, it is a new large-scale model to be able to process photos with higher quality and with greater intelligence. It includes functions called Ultra Snap for faster captures, Ultra RAW for extremely high-quality RAW photos, and Ultra Zoom to improve zoom photos through artificial intelligence. For example, it has a 30x adjustment in photographs with a very good level of detail. And it is capable of recording video in 4K at 120 frames per second on the main camera. And interestingly, all cameras can record video in 8K. This device also includes satellite connectivity for China, although this will possibly be a missing feature when it reaches a global release. The battery is 5,300 milliamps with high-density technology and has support for 90 watts charging via cable or 50 watts wirelessly. But in fact, they also introduced an accessory that is like a special grip to make it look more like a camera. But through this accessory, you not only gain a better grip for taking pictures, but also the battery would be increased up to 6,800 milliamps. So when you are taking pictures, you can have a battery that lasts even longer. This device arrives available in black and white colors, and also a Dragon Crystal Blue version, which is with a ceramic finish. The most basic edition has 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage and has been introduced in China at a price of 6,499 yuan. On the screen you see the reference price in other currencies just to give you an impression of how cheap the devices are in China. Surely, if it is presented in Mexico, it will easily double its price. The highest version has 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this special edition has a titanium frame. However, only the model with this highest configuration includes this material. I remind you that this has been its announcement for China, and later on Sunday we are going to have the global presentation. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss everything that will be announced on that day.